It looks as though if you're interested in sacral art, this is the museum for you, right opposite the big impressive church. And from Zamkowa, Ulica Kapitulna. I think this looks on the map as though it might be worth a little walk. So what happened? What happened after they blew up the forts and the fortress capitulated? Well, of course, the Russian forces swept in, as they did through the Galicia region, and that's when, sadly, a lot of negative things happened. Of course, there was murder, rape, theft, looting, and the deportations began. Thousands and thousands of Jews deported to the east, and other persecuted ethnic, I was going to say minorities, but components, I should say, because there were considerable numbers of different ethnic groups here and throughout this region of Europe at the time. I think the beginning of the deportation strategy, it began with the Russian Empire, and of course we think of it now as being an instrument of not the Tsarist Russian Empire so much as what came after in Stalin's days. It was a precursor to Stalin in 1915. As early as that, the deportations began here. Now, I have to be careful how far I walk in this direction, because if I keep on walking and walking, and there's Tataska going in that direction, no, don't go there. You know where I'll end up. In 1 kilometre, it says here, I'll end up at the Mound Kopiec Tataski, where I was yesterday, and also at that ski lift place. So, don't want to repeat myself, but again, echoing what I said earlier, you can, if you wish, on a short stay in Przemysl, see rather a lot. Back down to Taska. Przemysl walking route. So you can probably pop into tourist information, which I have circumvented today, as I did yesterday, and actually get your hands on a proper official map of the designated walking routes so you don't miss anything. And that's, of course, the other side of that is, on a popular day, you might find yourself just walking with the herd, which again isn't something that all of us appreciate doing. Uwaga! Złe pies. Bad dog. Looks like a nice German Shepherd or Alsatian to me. Znowu bezpłatne. Dziękuję. I hear a tiny woofster. Ooh, I'm sensing a theme of dogs. Look at that glorious spider. Just look at it. Oh, I like the look of this one. Yes. Oh, enough of me ferreting around rubbish bins. Crikey, what a clash. Foreground left, we have these horrendous cement balconies. Good grief. What a horror story that is. And I tell you what we've got going on the right hand side isn't much better, is it? Nice garden. Oh dear. However, just makes our very nicely decorated and handsomely proportioned large building here stand out all the more. Well, can't fit you all in the camera, you're so wide. Now, what do you think? I'm thinking hospital, maybe. Carmelite Hospital. Just walking on Karmelitska Street. Something connected with the old fortress, something connected with the protection of the Carmelites church grounds area. History at every turn. We'll go back along here because I think if I'd gone down the hill to my left back there, I would have ended up back on, is it Józefa Słowackiego Street, where I was yesterday, that main street which brought me back into the town centre after I'd been mooching around on the periphery of some cemeteries. So let's go down this way instead and see what awaits us. Certainly an uppy downy type of walkie talkie, and I would say, given my great age and lack of condition, I've not been well recently. Getting tired of saying that. You're probably getting tired of hearing it. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not in great health myself. I'm not fit, and yeah, I can manage it. So if you're wondering, oh, that looks a bit of a hilly up and down old town, not sure I feel like going there. Thought Tallinn was bad enough. No. Don't set your sights on, oh, Riga's so straightforward and level and flat. No, be adventurous. Come to Przemysl. It'll be a place you can tell your friends about because they probably haven't heard about it. But the problem is they will test you on that dodgy sounding pronunciation of the name of the town. So when you're recommending it to your friends, write the name down. Otherwise, you'll have all kinds of problems with the pronunciation. If you're anything like me, anyway. Here we are back on the edge of the real centre, it seems. It looks as though there's some street food trucks. It is the weekend after all. I'm not sure what else might be going on. I don't think it's a concert. There's some music coming out of some on CD player, or well, if people have CD players. What a very unattractive fountain. But I'm sure some people out there will think, oh, I love the design. Each to their own, I guess. And back here, oh hello, there's a statue. Yes, just noticed. Whoops, there's a statue, nearly tripped again. There's a statue of John Paul II, the Polish Pope. I was in Poland when he died, actually, back in, when was it? Roughly Easter time, perhaps April, end of March, 2000, ooh, was it 2004, 2005? I was in Bielsko-Biała. We got a nice little atmospheric pathway here. And I hear people directly behind me, so I think I might stop and let them go past. Wouldn't that be a fantastic place for a mural? Really would, you know. But sadly, no sign of a mural there yet. And certainly that space is crying out for a mural as well. Where are the artists in Przemysl? We need you. I'm not sure if these are fake or real at this time of the year, but nice. Lovely blend of colours. And that is looking back up at the church we were in just now. Oh, why not add a bit of character to your gates? Nice. Oh, and those bells, I don't know if you remember, right next to the warning about the bad dog, who I thought was a rather handsome looking dog. Yes. Pretty much, I would say, directly behind this bell. Do you call it a bell tower when it's just a sort of wall with holes in it? Arches? This bell archway, if you go back directly about, what would you call it? 80 meters? That's mirror imaged. The same three bells. I'll sneak up. Again, there's the church we were in. Don't know about the significance of the figures. Let's see what it says on the plaque. Any information is given away. Oh gosh. That's a very interesting font they've chosen. Looks like a king, doesn't he? And maybe there's a queen as well. What's over here? Aha! In memory of the victims of the Great Famine in Ukraine. Well, this is the second Great Famine in Ukraine of the early 20th century. First one in the early 1920s, and about 10 years later, this one in 1932 to 33, the two Holodomors, which we touched on in a previous video or two, I believe, when I was roaming around my Ukrainian diaries. A small city of a lot of churches. So I tried to be discreet-ish as best I could, but so I don't think it really encroached on anyone's privacy. You wouldn't recognize anyone's faces, certainly. And here I am being a fake retailer, realtor, real estate agent, whatever you call them, whichever country you're in. Right next to that big, impressive church on Cathedralna, so I suppose maybe it's a cathedral. It looks like the whole building is for sale. What would you do with it? What would the restrictions be? I imagine considerable. And another little dog having his walkies. No, we are not in Italy. We're still in Przemysl. Kamienica Rynek, number 19. The house at 19 Rynek Square, Old Town Square. The building comes from the turn of the 16th century. It used to be named after its subsequent owners, Adrian's house and Kondrat's house, respectively. The Eye of Providence ornaments and a rukai decoration on the polychromed facade date back to the second half of the 18th century. What on earth does that mean? It is the only polychromed facade in southeastern Poland. Oh, okay. I think they're talking about up there. Back at the Bear Fountain, still trying to get a picture. Over there in the far right background, the happy couple who've just got married. But I'm now focusing on the church right in front of me. Okay, this is an OMG. Wow, that was bling central. Rain forecast. What rain? Isn't this nice? There's the San River, which runs through Przemysl. And this map suggests that Przemysl really back in the day, go back a few hundred years or several hundred years, and it was all on this side of the river where I'm standing at the moment, not on the northern side, would you call it, where the hostel is. And this isn't the decorative door channel, but when you see something with some nice curves on, well, I'm a weak man, I can only resist for so long.